already know about Astro Bot at this point. The PlayStation hit that seemed to have come out of nowhere, breaking records, taking home awards left and right, and not looking back like the hero he is. There's already been a ton of praise given to Astro Bot, and a lot of it is rightfully deserved. And yeah, this is another video doing just that, but there's one aspect no one seems to be talking about. Now, I made a video a while ago covering how I think tutorials in games need to change. Every game has a tutorial, and while some do a good job in informing the player of what to do, others bombard them with too much information or too little, or expect you to read paragraphs of text just to figure out that this stick makes you move. Something I didn't mention in that video was how I also think that tutorials should be fun. We've all been in a classroom where the teacher just keeps blabbering on about whatever, and we don't listen. I mean, why should we? We don't have a reason to other than our grade for the class. But now, think about your favorite teacher. Why were they your favorite? Because they made their lessons interesting and fun to be a part of. You learn from them because you were excited to be a part of their class, and tutorials should do the same. Now just look at Astro Bot. From the very beginning, it's clear that this game is trying to appeal to both those who know how to play these kinds of games and those who this may be their first ever experience with a game. At the opening, you see a controller, your controller, stuck in the sand. Any button you move on the controller mirrors that of the game. Step 1, done. Make a connection between your actions and the game. Right after that, the satellite crashes.
Fly blind, man! Tell her we're flying blind!
And you have to go to it, which the game makes clear by placing a marker right above it and putting you directly in front of it. In this short segment, you learn how to walk, move the camera, and glide, all of which it does wonderfully. Coins are also placed so you know where you have to go. It's showing you, but not directly holding your hand. The only time small videos like these show up are when the game is teaching you a brand new mechanic you might not be aware of, or if you're stuck in a location and forget what something does. In fact, the game gives you many small hints of what things do. During one of the challenge levels, you come across this little armadillo guy. You'll likely attack it because it's the first thing anyone would think to do, when in reality you're supposed to jump on top of him and roll for the rest of the level. Well, if you do hit him, he launches to the left, hits the sign, and comes right back to you. Other games might have let you kill the enemy, but this game gives you another chance. It doesn't punish you. Now, there are some new abilities here that even experienced players may not really understand at first, but the game gives you enough time and puts you in a safe environment to learn how to use them before testing you on them later. Honestly, I'd be curious to know people's views on the challenge levels if they haven't played many games in the past. If the levels are like lessons on how to play the game, these challenge levels would be the test. You have to know how to use each of these mechanics effectively to complete them. Granted, the final exam of levels might be a bit more difficult for newcomers, but I'd be willing to bet that they still could complete it after a few tries. Astro Bot is an incredible game through and through. It keeps you engaged, teaches you the mechanics well, and allows you to make mistakes. If you have a bad teacher right now, don't write them a letter, they're not going to read it. Just give them a copy of Astro Bot and let them see a true teacher in action. Now, that's just what I think about Astro Bot's teaching methods, but what about you? What do you think makes Astro Bot a good model for making games? Let me know in the comments. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and remember to chase the chaos.